the door?
No.
Melina, come on, let's let her eat. Baby, come on, we gotta let her eat. She doesn't like to eat when we're in here. Wanna go open the door for Ebony?
No.
And let her in?
No.
Can you close this door? Go get Ebony. You gonna close the door for Ebony? Eat, eat, eat.
No.
No. How about this one?
No.
This one?
No.
This one?
After.
You like this one?
Oh gosh, Princess Peach is Elsa now.
There was a dragon on the map.
The toad?
He's okay.
Yoshi?
Yoshi. See, look at you.
Isn't he like a dinosaur?
Oh, I don't know. His tongue's.
I wanted to try this chai as ice.
Do you want this one?
I think I need more ice.
This one? Because I think it's Peach, Mario, Luigi, Rosalina. Donkey Kong? This one? This one? This one? This one? This one? No. This one? This one? You don't want Kirby?
As you can see, this house is a little bit of a mess. But am I gonna clean it today? Not really. I'm gonna do some cleaning because it's always nice to relax in a cleaner space. But today's for relaxing. I will probably be cleaning throughout the week to get caught up, so no need to rush. Life's too short to spend a whole day cleaning. I can finally catch this on camera. I don't know why she always does this. Oh my gosh. She very clearly knows they're not real. Baby, what you got? You got the dogs? Aww. Ebony really likes to come in here. She usually, 99% of the time, won't chew any of Melina's toys. Not me sitting here playing Nintendogs. I just wanted to try it out. You know, it's been a long time. Oh, they're cuddling. Okay, how do I turn this off? Jordan was showing Melina Nintendogs, and he was like, "You want to give the dog a bath?" And she was like, "Bath?" And so now she's in the bath. And then I got caught up just playing with it. So Sundays are usually a pretty chill day for us, regardless. Hopefully you cannot hear the Disney music in the background. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to use this footage. I should probably check. So I did a few chores already. I definitely want to do a few more chores today. I think I'm going to write them down so that I don't forget, because today's going to be pretty chill. Might play some video games. But it works out perfect that today's video is about the importance of rest, and that rest truly is productive. Even though Sundays tend to be a pretty chill day for us, I think it's important to find rest in every day, and not just to try to have a day that's all about rest and then have days that are all like work, 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 because you're definitely going to be burnt out. So I definitely feel like lately, now that I've been feeling better, I've been like doing stuff, going. And it's just really showing me like how I will go through a phase where I don't do a lot of stuff, and then I go through a phase where I do a lot, and how it's just kind of inconsistent and it can be kind of frustrating.
Before we came out, she like was trapped like that and put her head on my shoulder.
Oh, Melena's taking a nap now. I actually ended up doing way more cleaning than I was planning to do today, which really makes a lot of sense based on the topic that I'm about to talk about. So I mentioned these periods where I'll be more productive, and then it'll follow with me being more lazy, and I've always kind of viewed that as like just doing too much and then burning out and just repeating that cycle and feeling really frustrated about it. But this cycle of having more energy and then being more lazy is actually really normal, especially for the women hormone cycle. For menstruating women, learning about the 4 phases of the hormone cycle is really helping me just better plan my schedule and plan my life, rather than feeling like I always need to reach this consistent level of productivity, because it's not really realistic. And I feel like I'm just now learning that like the productivity that we're taught is based on a 24-hour hormone cycle, the male's hormone cycle. And before I even get into this more, quick disclaimer that I'm in no way saying like, oh, women need to do something special because women aren't capable of doing what men do. That's not what I mean at all. It's more so understanding how this difference can actually work to our benefit and make us stronger. Not stronger than men, but just like stronger as individuals, versus us trying to follow a schedule that was actually never really intended for our hormone cycle. So the reason that I actually ended up cleaning more today, even though I was planning today to be more of a rest day, is actually the same reason why I decided that this week would be a good week for me to do 7 videos in 7 days. Why I knew that I would be able to handle that challenge on this week. And it's because I'm heading into the ovulatory phase, which, for a quick recap, for those of you who don't know the 4 phases, it's the luteal phase, which goes into the menstruation phase, your period, and then the follicular phase and the ovulatory phase. In a really simple way that I look at it is the luteal and the menstrual phase are more of a phase for rest and recovery. Hopefully the wind's not too loud. And then the follicular and the ovulatory phase are more high energy phases, with the ovulatory being like peak performance, a good time to plan more ambitious goals. If you're going to be giving a presentation, or things that are more out of your comfort zone, like that's gonna be a phase where you're gonna have that energy and that drive to do that. And on a biological level, women have higher energy during the ovulatory phase, so that because nature wants to make sure that women have that during that phase, she has peak energy to be able to procreate. But that's definitely not the only benefit of it. It definitely affects way outside of starting a family or just our hormones. Just our hormones probably isn't the best phase, because if it was just our hormones, I wouldn't be having this conversation. I think that this conversation and learning about this topic has been so liberating and empowering to learn how I can predict how I'm gonna feel based on a hormone cycle that repeats itself, so that I can be my best self and essentially the most productive that I can be throughout each phase. And it's also a way to help prevent burnout, knowing that the luteal phase is a time to start slowing down, so that in the menstrual phase is a time to really rest and do more inner work and maybe spend more time alone, is a way to help ensure that I'm filling my cup in the way that I need to be, and throughout the phases, and prevents burnout and empowers me to actually be able to accomplish more during my high energy phases. So this is what I mean by it's not a weakness. This is actually like a superpower to that my body tells me this is when you rest and this is when you push harder. And it doesn't just stop with me. It doesn't just stop with you, right? Like, me learning about my hormone cycle is not only affecting my life, but it's affecting my family's life, because I feel like as women in our households, in our communities, just the people closest to us, we have this power to nurture, but this power to kind of, we are the organizers, the ones that help direct and help people go in the right direction. It's a common phenomenon to see that women will kind of do the organizing and the planning, and then men will do the executing. That's not always the case in everything, but like just a household project, for example, it's very common for women to do the planning, the organizing, maybe the phone calls, and the men might do the actual physical labor of putting it up. Like, men, not all the time, but sometimes it's easier for them to be like, hey, you gave me the plan, now I'm gonna follow the plan. And it's just this unity and teamwork in the way that we balance each other out. So with all that said, that's why when I was thinking about doing this 7 videos in 7-day challenge, I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to do it, because I'm going to have the high energy and the ambition, and this is only day 2, and I am feeling how this is definitely a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for me to essentially keep my word to make these 7 videos in 7 days, but I'm gonna do it. And I think it's just so important for me to share this with you and the behind the scenes of it, because had I decided to plan this project during menstruation, it probably would be a complete flop. I would completely burn out. Like, trying to push myself to do something that's extra challenging during a time where I'm supposed to rest is just gonna clash. What's so great to me about me sharing this is realizing that you might be having this feeling of, oh shit, like these times where I flopped and I felt like I failed, was I just timing it wrong? And that might not be the case, but it could be. There could be a lot of situations in your life where you were trying to push yourself when it was time to rest, and then you gave yourself time to rest when you actually had the energy to do more. And so then you did more, but it was just random stuff that wouldn't actually benefit you in the long run. And this is really just the tip of the iceberg, learning about the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. Another term for it is cycle syncing. You can cycle sync your diet, your nutrition, your exercise program, and your work schedule, especially for people like me who are self-employed. You know, if you do freelance work, or even if you work from home, there's probably different ways that you can adjust so that you can be your most productive self. And it's definitely not like an excuse to be lazy during your menstrual period, right? Like, it's not an excuse. It's a very valid reason to rest. And resting doesn't mean that you have to do nothing. It might mean just doing enough, you know, like if you're thinking, oh, should I push and do more? If you know you're in that cycle, then the answer would be no. Like, I don't need to push and do more. Now is not the time for that. And I feel like that can be very freeing to be able to release that pressure from yourself. I'm going to link a few resources in the description about cycle syncing. I'll share a few Instagram accounts that I like to follow to learn different things. And maybe I can find a blog post or two to share as well. This is a topic that I'm just starting to learn about, and I feel so drawn to it, so drawn to talk about it. The people that I have shared this information with have had really positive reactions just from us having conversations about it, and that has really shown me that it's something that I really want to speak on. So if this is something that kind of gave you a eureka moment or has been helpful, I would definitely love to hear about it. Or if you're someone who has already been doing this for a while, hearing about your experiences would definitely be lovely. So I've had a slightly more productive Sunday than I was planning to have, but while Melena's napping, I'm going to take some time to actually get some rest. Maybe watch some YouTube or play a video game, you know, and get ready to do more when she wakes up. Cheers to video 2 of 7, and I hope to see you tomorrow.